How's everybody doing today? This is Matt with the Rhinestone World, and Aaron is here with me. Aaron's going to be answering some of the chat questions. Again, we had over 200 people that 200 crew members that actually registered for this, but we only have 100 seats in the actual GoToWebinar here, so they are all full, so we apologize for that. We're going to look into getting a larger account to fit more people in here. So, but I know that this is pretty blurry, a little bit harder to see, so once we get it switched over here to our main screen, now we're on our Corel Draw. Can all of you see our Corel Draw screen now? Yes? Okay, perfect. So this is where we're going to be doing all of our work in Corel here. First thing I want to do, I want to thank all of you for obviously coming. Now we have it in, I see a couple people that are saying they're seeing it, couple people not. Maybe something if you're on an iPad or cell phone, something like that, you may not be able to see it very good, because obviously just with the buttons and everything. So we have it broadcasting here in 1080p, but just depending on internet connections and everything else, it might not show up great, but we are actually recording this as well. So if for some reason it is out of focus or you aren't seeing the buttons real clearly, we're going to record it and we can post it for you guys to see as well, where it will be a lot easier to focus and see everything. So I just wanted to thank all of you for coming, obviously. This is kind of our sneak peek for the TRW Stone Wizard version 2.0. So what we're going to do with this and the way it's going to work is, as soon as we are done with the webinar here, we had a full packed house in the 10 a.m. as well, and as soon as we are done with the webinar, we're going to offer the version 2.0 as a pre-sale. So what that means is we are finishing it up. We have a special package for anybody that purchases it as a pre-sale. So you're going to get a bonus package with it, and that bonus package will only be available during the pre-sales. Once we get it completely released, ready to download for you to use next week, the main thing we're finishing up right now, you can see if I click on the video tutorials, that's the main thing that we're still doing. I have to create over 120 tutorial videos on every single button in the entire wizard. I have about 75 of them completed already, but we want to make sure that that's built in for you to make your learning curve very easy with the program. So we feel like that's a huge benefit and a huge feature with the TRW Stone Wizard, is having that replica of the layout with the videos on every single button. So we are going to have that, and that's the only thing that we're waiting on. We're coding up a little bit, so there's a couple features in here that we're finishing some coding on as well, but everything should be ready to go next week. The one thing I did want to mention right off the start with this, with some of the new features that we were able to get in here, a lot of new features that no other programs out there have right now, but the one downfall is CorelDRAW X4, the older version. Some of those features do not work in CorelDRAW X4. So if you are a CorelDRAW X4 user, we do have the upgrade to X6 available, because we do sell CorelDRAW now, and we will have the package deal with that as well. So just give us a call after, we can do that for you. But just some of the features, CorelDRAW X4 does not support them, and that's why the version 2.0 is available with X5, X6, and hopefully when X7 comes out, we will be ahead of the curve and hopefully getting ready for that as well. So any questions real quick before we get started? Again, we have 100 of you in here, so I know the questions are kind of pouring in, and we aren't obviously going to be able to keep up with all of them. We aren't going to get too crazy into questions right now. We aren't going to get too crazy into doing different designs. I just want to show you all the new features that you're going to get with the Wizard 2.0, so you can see, hey, that's something that's definitely going to help me, definitely going to save me some time, and so you know what you're purchasing. So I didn't want to do any of the pre-sales without you guys seeing exactly what you're getting. Let's go ahead and grab the wizard here. So first thing we did with the wizard is we made it so it's not as long. So basically, this computer's fine because I have a little bit larger screen, But some of you that have smaller laptop computers, we wanted the wizard to be able to fit on the laptop where it wasn't hanging off the edge, so you can see all the buttons. So that was one main feature that we did and changed around the design of it a little bit to where you're not seeing a big difference, but it will fit on the laptops now so you aren't missing any buttons. So a couple different things we'll see here. You have your normal drop-down menu here. We tried to keep everything somewhat simpler so there wasn't that much of a difference in learning curve with it, but we also wanted to keep everything around the same area so it was easy for you to just seamlessly move in from the 1.14 to the 2.0, okay? So let's go ahead and show you. We have our edit tab here, and then our top buttons across the top here. So the left side here, you'll see all these different colors. What these are, there are quick colors, or so our quick click colors. And that's a tongue twister, quick click colors. So what those are, we didn't want you to have to work on different designs. So let's say we have a design right here, and we're gonna draw a square. And this square is, I don't know, 6 inches big. And we use a corner detect, and we want some amethyst stones on it, and we want to clear our path. So everybody can see we have just a basic amethyst square right here. Well, if you wanted to change this to citrine before, you would highlight it, or whatever part you want to change, highlight it, come over here, find citrine, there's citrine, click on citrine, it's going to change it to citrine. Well, what we want to do is we want to make everything a lot quicker for you. Like we always say, time is money in this business. When you're doing designs, it's gonna, if you can save time, even little clicks, 5 seconds per click or a couple seconds per click on a design that takes you a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour, that's a lot of time saved. So watch how easy it is now. We have all of our quick click colors right here, our color palette. Highlight this. If I want orange, there's orange. If I want black, there's black. If I want amethyst, there's amethyst. If I want green, there's green. So all of your top and your favorite 20 colors right there, you can easily just click on and grab any one of them to change to any color. So if I want to change all these real quick to a light amethyst, there they are. And you'll also see at the bottom here, you may not be able to see perfectly if it's a little blurry for you right now, but it's going to say all of the actual stone colors on the bottom there. So right now I'm over Cosmo, Copper, Cobalt, Citrine, New Peridot, Blue Zircon, Black Diamond. So they're all right there. Well, one of our main things we wanted to do here with the wizard is we wanted you to be able to customize it. We want it to basically be the most customizable software you can have. So here's an example of that. Let's say all of these are your colors, but you have 32 colors or whatever you have in your library. Well, what we want you to be able to do is customize your quick clicks over here. And you can very easily do that. Not only that, there's some programs where you can import or bring in different color palettes from different companies for their stone colors. We wanted to try and take it to the next level, and you don't have to worry about importing in somebody's color palettes. You can make your own perfect rhinestone color palette to whatever you want. Any color you want, any shading you want. You can change it around, change the name, do anything. So watch how I can do this. So we got light amethyst. Right over to the right here, it's going to be a little pencil tool, and that's your edit. So if I click on that, you'll see TRU edit colors, okay? And then you'll see a name, RGB, and then you can add. So these are all our colors that we have right now. In our earlier, we created this new green right here. So if I wanted to get rid of that new green, I can just hit X and that deletes it. So I want to create a new color, and our new color, let's say that you want to create a color in, let's say like a TRW blue or green or whatever it is, and you don't want it to say TRW on your mockups. You might want it to say your business initials and the color, and all your customers will see it as, hey, that's their color rhinestone. So let's say you wanted S and S green, or whatever color it is. So what you could do down here, you could find your actual RGB colors and do an exact color. I'm just going to throw in some random numbers to give you an idea. So there's 25 by 221 by 44. Okay, there's a weird looking green there. So that's a green that I think my rhinestones look more like that shading than what Matt put on the regular colors. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and add that. and it throws it right to the bottom of your list. Now you can move it up your list. So I can move it up my list, down my list, or all the way to the top and hit save. Now when we pull back up the wizard here, it's not going to be on our quick click list yet because it's near the bottom of our list. But you'll see when we go in here, SS green. So when I highlight here and I wanted to do that S&S green, click on it, bam, there it is. Now what we can also do, let's say we wanted it, because that's a color we're going to use a lot. Let's say we wanted to use that and we want it on our quick click list. Watch how awesome this is. Click on the S&S green. I can hold shift and clip the up arrow. That put it to the very, very top. And I'm going to put it, let's put it between aquamarine and amethyst. Okay? So it's between aquamarine and amethyst. Let's hit save and check out how awesome that is. It's right there, right where we put it, our third one down, automatically customized it for you. So I want to use that green. I just go here, bam, there's my green, and it even says right here S&S green. Okay? So how awesome is that? How many of you think you're going to use that feature to be able to, and how much time do you think it's going to save you when you're clicking right here and you don't have to go to a drop down, do different things? You want these at citrine? There you go. You want these at S&S green, the color you just made? There you go. I mean, you can do it in a matter of seconds. Well, the coolest part about it is we also made the program so smart that it'll do a stone simulation for whatever color you create too. So when I do the stone simulation of this, it's going to make that S&S green that exact same shading. So even when you're doing it on your different mockups, it's going to look like the shading that you made. And I'll show you that here in a little bit when we go through one of the mockups. So that is one of our first cool features, to be able to completely customize the Stone Wizard. You could take every one of our colors out of here if you wanted and rename it to anything you want with any shading you want, and it's going to save it, and then you'll always have that when you open it in the Stone Wizard. Okay? I don't know of any other program where you can do that much customization on colors and then also turn them into the stone simulation of that color that you created in a matter of seconds. Okay, so next cool thing we got, again with customization, are stone sizes. Okay, so our SS10 0.129, well, that's what we cut our SS10 stones here at the Rhinestone World. Well, that doesn't mean that you at your business cut yours at 0.129. You might have a Silhouette Cameo, or you might have a different cutter, a Roland GX24 or a Graph Tech, and it might cut a little bit different, and you want to cut yours at 0.127 or 0.131. No problem at all. All you're going to do, again, there's a little pin tool right next to it. You can click on it, and it says TRW Edit Stone Sizes. Okay? So with the TRW Edit Stone Sizes, again, I can name it anything I want. So you can get creative with your names if you want, because when you do your mock-up, it's going to show that actual name that you created in your mock-up as well. So stone size name, let's just say I want to do, I'm going to actually delete my SS10s, because I don't want to use those anymore. I don't use it at that. So I'm going to delete that one. And then I'm going to create a new, and I'll call it new SS10. So there's our new SS10. Now our variance is, again, we created the program to be smart. So what that means is anytime that when you're doing a mock-up or doing stone sizes, if the program sees that a circle's there and it's between the variants that you say for SS10s, it's going to know that's an SS10 stone, and it'll say that in the mockup. A lot of you know that in the old Wizard, if you didn't have it the exact size, it would throw up question marks on your mockup. It was kind of a pain in the butt, I admit, and that's why it was fixed. So now, even if you don't do it at the exact size, it'll say, hey, I'm smart, those are SS10 stones, so I'm going to put SS10s in this actual mockup right here. All right? So variance right here, we're going to go to 0.116 is the smallest, all the way up to, or we'll go to 0.119, all the way up to 0.35. But anytime it creates it, I want it to make it 0.130, or whatever size you want, okay? So I'm going to hit add. There it is. I'm going to move it up into its correct location. So just so it's in order. This SS12, we can go ahead and delete that if we want. Now I'm going to hit save, and look what's there, new SS10. So you'll see it right there. It's going to automatically put it right there for you. So very, very, very cool. Well, now I want this to be new SS10s. Here we go, new SS10s. This is our new resized design. So I can resize this design to SS10s. And you didn't see much of a change, but you'll see it's now 0.13 inches because that's the custom size that we created. So how many of you are going to be able to use something like this to be able to completely customize your stone sizes in your drop-down menu and keep your variants to be able to cut exactly like you want, so you don't have to worry about different things? Pretty cool, huh? Okay, well, I think that's pretty cool, but this next feature makes that feature even 100 times better. So see the 610 and 16 here? And when you first purchase the 2.0, those are all going to be blank. Well, again, this is something completely customized that no other program that I know has right now. Watch how cool this is. If I hold shift, and these are our quick click size changes. Quick click, we're going with the quick click thing. So if I hold shift and click on that 6, TRW quick set. So our TRW quick set is set to SS6 right now. So our SS6.097, and then it says a caption of 6. Okay, well watch. I want to use SS20s. Let's say I use SS20s a lot, and how cool is this? You can even change what it says on the wizard interface. So I put 20, I hit save, and I know some of you, it's blurry right now, you can't see it. That button now says 20. Well, watch how cool this is. Highlight the design, left click, now it's SS20s. How easy was that? Highlight the design, left click on this one, now it's SS10s. You get to custom pick what stones you use the most. So if I hold shift, go back to that 20, I want to use SS6. I'm going to change my caption to 6 and hit save. Right here, SS10s. I'm going to do the new SS10s, 10 and save. And then on this one, I want to use SS16s, caption to SS16s and save. Now that's set. That's always going to be there, but we can take it to the next level again. Watch this. So left click, now it's SS10s. Watch what happens if I right click on SS6. I'm going to zoom in, right click on SS6. It kept the design the exact same size, but it just replaced the stones with SS6 stones. So anytime you right click on these quick click buttons, it's just going to change, keep everything the same, but change to whatever stone you selected. So even if I right clicked SS16, there's not enough spacing for that. So you can see it's overlapping, but I know, hey, I probably need to go back to SS10s. Right click, perfect spacing. Now, if you wanted more spacing in your design, you could highlight it, drag it out a little bit, and I'm going to over exaggerate this just so you can see. Right click on the SS10 and look at that. Now you just added more spacing to your design. So pretty cool there. How many of you like that with the completely customized quick clicks? How much time do you think that's going to save you when you're doing a design? And literally you pull up this design right here and you say, okay, I want that design to be SS10s, left click, it's done. I want that design now to be SS6s, left click, it's done. So it's a matter of moving your mouse 2 inches, one click, no drop down menus, nothing, and it's completely customized to what you wanted. All right, so let's move on. I'm going to show you a couple of the different tools here. So we used to have, it to where you could, everything it said, like resize or replace or everything. So we still have that in a lot of it because we want it to be very simple and very user-friendly. But the buttons that we use the most, you'll notice like the clear pass and the magic respace and the drop single stone, they used to be in the place and fill tab. Well, what we did is we set those down here now, so they're always, no matter what tab you go to now, those always stay there because those are your most used buttons. So we want those to always be accessible to you as you're doing your design. So that'll help you and save you a lot of time as well. So what these buttons here are, This one right here, and it says it, I'm not sure if you can see it, might be a little blurry, but as you hover over it, right here on the bottom, it'll say what the button does. So this one says resize your design with one click. So right now I'm set to SS16s, resize my designs, there's SS16s. If I'm set to SS6s, resize your design, there's SS6s. Okay? Now, similar, replace stones. So if I wanted to replace these stones with SS16s, replace stones, and now it just replaced it to SS16s. I can always hit my arrow to go back if I want. All right, perfect, those two stones. This one's pretty cool. Let's say, now I'm gonna right click on 10s there. See how it changed those to 10s? I'm gonna right click on 16s. See how it changed those to 16s? Now, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna lock it. So anytime you're using with multiple size stones and stone sizes, if I were, and I'm gonna show you an example of it, if I were going to change this here and I wanted to resize it, in the old wizard, if you resize to SS10s and hit resize design, it would do this. And it resized every stone to SS10, okay? Well, we don't want that. So what you can do is you can lock your stone size and then replace it. So watch, I'm gonna highlight this, I'm gonna drag it out, make the design a little bit bigger. Oh, I forgot to lock it actually before, watch. Okay, highlight them all, I'm gonna lock it. So I just locked my stone sizes. Now I'm gonna drag it out and replace them with what they were. And now you can see I still have my 16s, my 6s, and my 10s. So that's great when you're working with designs that have multiple stone sizes, because it's going to keep all those stone sizes in. You can add more spacing to it. So if you ever need to add more spacing, or let's say you're using a CAMS machine or something, you want to decrease your spacing, get the stones a little bit tighter, then you can do that with multiple size stones by locking it, bringing it closer, replacing it, and then you can see obviously I brought it too close right there with the 16s. Okay? All right, so those are those buttons so far. Let's see here. We got over here, we have, if I click on this, now we set everything up to where if you left click on the features that are left click, right click, if you left click, it's the size, because the size drop downs on the left side and the color drop downs on the right side, so right click. Okay, so we got our green here, and I want to select, this one is select same size, because size is on the left. Select same size, that's going to select all of my SS16 stones, or SS10 stones. If I want to select same color, that's going to select, obviously, all of my new green stones. Now these look like they weren't selected, but it's because it was a different green we used there. It wasn't our new green, okay? And then if we want to select same size and color, then it'll select just the green of that color and leave behind those SS6s. All right, so those are all features we had in the 1.14. But just wanted to show you because the button layout changed on it as far as what it looked like. Now we got down here is our clear paths. So highlight, and if we had a path there, we would just hit clear paths there, and that's going to clear any path that we drew. So I'll give you an example of that real quick. Got a path right there. Let's go ahead and select a color here. We'll go amethyst, come over here and select our path and add stones to the path, highlight it and clear paths, and you see it cleared the path back behind it. So clear paths is a feature you're going to use a lot, obviously. And then we have the magic respace here, and I'm going to go over that here in just a minute. Watch this. So real quick, before I move on to the magic respace, as far as with the customization on the colors and the fonts, or the colors and the sizes and the quick clicks, any questions on those real quick? I know we'll get a bunch of different questions probably, but don't want to spend too long on questions, but just in case there was anything that someone had real quick. Does resizing change the size of the graphic? It will change. Resize will change the size of the graphic. Replace will not. It'll just change the size of the stone. But if you change it to much larger stones, there's going to be less spacing, or much smaller stones, there's going to be more spacing. So I hope that answered that question. Okay. Okay, so let's go on. I see as far as I'll show you, someone asked something about doing different types of fonts. I'm going to show you. We'll get to that here with our Magic Weed stuff. All right, so let's go to some different features we have here. So let's see, page 3, we'll get to that S's in just a minute. So we have our text spacing, our align objects, nudge objects, copy selected. We can decide how far, when we copy it, how much spacing we want in between it. So that's pretty cool right there. Our fill between two stones, we've always had before, but now again, we give you the option to customize how much spacing there is between each stones. And then this is another new one, our magic trap. How many of you out there have watched, I created a video a long time ago on doing a magic, or we call it a trapping method, for the glitter heat transfer vinyl, to where, because you don't want to layer the glitter heat transfer vinyl directly on top of each other, so you want that slight contour overlap. How many of you out there saw that video a while ago that I created, and I showed you all the steps in Corel Draw as far as welding it and duplicating it and simplifying it and contours and back and forth and everything like that. I know a lot of you use that feature, and a lot of you loved when I made that video and showed you how to do it in Corel. Well, I wanted to make it easier in the wizard. So again, something that we haven't seen in other programs right now, and it's not a very, very complex tool. It's a very simple tool, but it will save you a ton of time. So watch this. If I go to my font here, and let's just type out baseball, and let's zoom into my baseball here, and let's get it to, I don't know, about 9 inches, what we would normally do. Let's go to fonts, and we'll go to, let's say, an impact font. So we have our impact font here, and we're at 9.5 inches, okay? So now, first thing we want to do is we want to create a outline around it real quick. So I'm going to go one island to the outside. I'm not going to add stones at 0.08, and don't have to do any corner detect or anything in island fill. Okay, so there you go. And we also created it so we have a little outline to show you in case it's crystal or anything, to see that blue line's there. So I'm going to change this to a, I don't know, let's use our new green. We just made that color. We might as well use it. Up here, I can right-click to get rid of that outline. So I right-clicked on the X up there to get rid of that outline. So this is what we have right here. I'm going to show you. So far with this design, we have this baseball back behind it, and we have the black baseball right there. Well, we want to create a small contour to where when we're using glitter vinyl with glitter vinyl, this black is going to get a nice full bond to your apparel or garment and have a slight contour overlap of that green. Well, I know I showed you probably a 10-minute video of how to do it before. Let's see how long it takes. Highlight, click, you're done. Doesn't look like it did much here, but watch. See that? It's already back there behind it, and I'll show you it in a wireframe view. So if we go to view, we go to wireframe, you can see your small outline right there. How cool was that? I mean, I did that in a matter of a split second. I don't even know if it was a full second to click the button one time, and it created a perfect outline and contour for you to be able to use the glitter with glitter when you're doing your designs. So how many of you think you'll be able to use a feature like that when you're doing the doing the glitter with glitter as far as the magic trap? Cool thing about the magic trap also is, watch what we can do here. So let's go back a couple steps, and let's see, we're there. You can see how many steps you have to go back to get to where we were. Okay, so there we are. So what I can also do is, I want the trap to be a little bit more. Again, we want this to be completely customized for you. So there you go, 0.04, and highlight it all, magic trap. And now it has, when I go into my view and wireframe, see how much larger the trap is? So on bigger designs, things like that, you can create a larger trap or a smaller trap. It's all based off of your dimension that you put in there as far as how much you want it to overlap. So pretty sweet feature right there that's going to save you a boatload of time. All right. All right. So let's see here. Let's move on. Magic Trap. We can do a lot more things with that, but there's so many features here I'm going to show you, and I know our time is going to be running fast here. We actually ran about 20 minutes over on the first one. So select by curve, invert selection. I'll show you that here in a little while. But I want to get to the fun stuff. Here's the fun stuff. Okay. Everybody can see here, we got some S's, and we got some S's with stuff all over the place and close to a complete mess here. We got S's with 3 colors, we got S's with 3 sizes, we got S's with lines, we got S's with everything. We also have, you'll see curve and straight here. Well, I'm going to show you the difference. What we did is, how many of you in the 1.14, how many of you currently own the version 1.14? Probably most of you here, right? Some of you are probably just coming in to check out, see how awesome it is, and just get the full version. But I know many of you already own the 1.14. So how many of you, I see the yeses just piling in here. How many of you that own the 1.14 use the Magic Respace button a lot? Do most of you use the Magic Respace button a lot? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, use it a great deal. Okay, well, I'm going to show you whatever amount you use it now, you're going to use it 10 times as much. So this is we call this the Magic Respace on steroids. So you'll see our Magic Respace right here, and watch what I can do. What we did is we actually made the Magic Respace. We taught it, so it's a little bit older now. It's 2 years old. It's back from the version 1.0, so it's 2, and it's a quick learner. So we taught the Magic Respace how to draw lines, straight and curves. So watch this. Watch how hard this is. So most of us right now, if we were going to respace this, we would probably grab the B-spline tool or 3-point curve tool, and we would draw the line all the way around here, draw it, follow, good. Okay? Well, what we can do, I'm going to show you the straight first, because that's the coolest part. Is I don't know of any other programs that can draw curves like ours can and draw an actual curve rather than a straight line. So here is what we got. So we got this S right here. I'm going to have it draw a straight line first, just to show you. The straight line's a great feature, and it's going to work perfect when you're doing different boxes or squares, or you want it to draw straight, but the curve is amazing. So highlight here. I want to start it over here, so I'm going to hold shift and click on that last one. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to right click, which means straight line. So I'm going to right click on Magic Respace, and look at that. It grabbed every single one of those stones, drew its own line, and pulled them onto it. And now what I could do if I want is I can add stones to it. Look how sweet that is. Add stones to it, and you almost have a perfect S there, but unfortunately it only drew straight lines. Well, again, we got a smart wizard here. Watch. Highlight. I'm going to start it here. I'm going to left click this time because I want it to know, hey, I got curves in this. I want it to draw curves. So left click, and look at that one. Look at the difference between the two S's. Can you see the difference in the quality of the two S's? Because this one, we told it to, what it does is it sees the different stones, it finds the center points, and then it knows to keep that curve going as it hits those different spots. I'm going to show you that again. So let me go back here. I'm going to highlight, and where I want to start it, click. I'm going to start it there, and it's going to draw the line and go so quick you can't even see it. But watch. Left click, bam, there it is. Now let's add some stones to it. I want it to tighten up a little bit. I don't want that much spacing. Let's just add some stones, and I mean, this S is pretty cool. That's pretty freaking awesome, but this S is ridiculous. So pretty awesome the way you can do that. And just depending on how many stones you had, I see someone said, someone had a question as far as, do you always have to add stones to it? Well, sometimes you might have to subtract stones if there's too many stones on that path. Okay, so pretty cool, pretty cool. All SS10 stones, pretty powerful, I understand that. But watch this. On the old one, if we had SS10 stones and 16s and 6s and all different sizes, and we Magic Respace, it would turn them all to SS10s. Well, I have 6s, I have 10s, and I have 16s. I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to click. There's my start point right there. Watch this. Left click because I wanted to draw curves. How beautiful was that? Now it's 6s, 10s, and 16s because that's what I had out there. And it drew that curve perfectly for me because of the way it was laid out. And not only that, I can add more stones to it. So watch. Add, 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 subtract, 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 subtract. So, hey, that's pretty awesome, but, now I got multiple size stones and colors. What do I do now? Well, obviously I just go here, I'm going to start it there, and I'm going to do that, and it's done. So see how awesome that is as far as the way that you can do something like that. So, I mean, obviously it's not a genius, it's pretty smart. You can't just throw stones in an R and say make an S and it's going to make an S. But if it's got a path going, it's going to try to follow that path as good as it could, like these S's right here. I didn't have any secret hidden lines hidden behind there. So that's pretty awesome the way that we can do something like that. Okay, now I'm going to show you another feature. Not always is that feature going to work perfect because it's finding the center of each of those different objects and drawing from there. So if you had just a debacle of a design like this one, and it's up, down, all over, then you're going to go back to, okay, now I need to probably go ahead and draw my path. So what I did, I just drew a quick B-spline curve here. If you guys want me to show you how to do it, I drew this before. I'll show you how to do it just so it doesn't look like it's anything tricky or hiding anything. So B-spline tool here, what I can do is I can start this, and the one thing you want to do is you always just want to make sure that your curve is touching one of the stones because that's what it's looking for. So it's looking for it to be touching a stone, and as long as it's touching a stone somewhere, then it knows to grab that stone. So might not have drawn a perfect S there, but it knows to grab that stone, throw it on that line, and say respace it perfect for me. So I'm there. I'm going to go ahead and respace, and there you go. So how sweet is that? Again, I'm not going to redraw the B-spline tool again, but again, this one here has 16s, 6s, 10s, everything all over the place, jumbled mess. Click on that path that I just drew, respace, bam. Isn't that beautiful? Come over here, all different size colors, stones, anything, everything, all over the place. I draw a B-spline, I hit respace, there we go. So whatever order those stones were in, see how it's maroon, maroon, green, maroon, maroon? If I had this green over to here, it's going to put the green there when I respace it. So you'll see, hey, that green's over here now. So see how that is? Now I'm going to show you, again, something else that is pretty freaking cool with this. Watch, now that we have that, and we say, I'll actually do it with this one here. So this line right here, we got our main S form. We got everything pretty close, back to lines, everything the way we want. Now we say, man, you know what? First off is I want these right here to be SS16s. So see how easy that was with our quick click? So those are 16s. And I want these right here to be, I don't know, 6s. And I want these over here to be 10s. Okay, see how I changed those sizes right there? Now what I can do, obviously your spacing isn't very great yet. Well, what I can do, if I highlight it all and I start from wherever you want, I'm going to start from that last one at the bottom right there and go ahead and respace it. There's our drawing the path again. So it respaced all that for you with all your new colors and your new sizes. So everything looks beautiful. Pretty awesome, huh? So that is a lot of the features with our Respace. Obviously, it's going to do a lot more, but I'm going to start creating tons of tutorial videos. Hopefully, if you guys like these webinars, like this, then what we can do is we can actually start doing like weekly webinars if you want. So if you want to do webinars, we'll do webinars on the actual process as far as pressing, everything like that. We can do like live webinars where I'm in the video, or Tyler or Rudy or anybody else is in the video, and we're going over pressing techniques. We want to help you guys as much as we can and do different webinars and videos, so we're going to be doing these a lot. But obviously, you know how many videos we created with the last wizard, so we're going to have a lot. All right, who wants to see some more? Everybody pretty good with the Magic Respace right now? Everybody think they'll be able to... Anybody that might not have used the Magic Respace before, probably going to use it now, I'm guessing. So, let's move on over to page number 4. All right, here we got the offset fill option. Now, offset fill option is a pretty... Every option I say is going to be a pretty cool option, so I'm going to keep saying it. Pretty cool. This one's actually a pretty amazing option. So what this one can do is we have a C here, and let's say we wanted this C, let's make it a little bit of a thicker C. So we can easily just go here, outline, let's see what 0.08 puts us at. Okay, so let's use that. Let's use this outline C right here. So I'm just going to go there, get rid of my outline. So I got a C there. Okay? So I don't know how many of you have done different things as far as creating different letters and stuff, but a C and an S are pretty hard to create the way that they curve. Obviously, I'm guessing a lot of you probably know that already. So there are a bunch of different options and different features and different things that you can do, and I'm going to show you a couple different options. So one thing with our option to be able to draw curves, one thing we can do that's pretty cool is this. Watch. If we go to our drop single stones in our new SS10s, and I click on here, 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 here. Okay? So turn off my single stone clicks. I'm going to go ahead and lock this C real quick. Let's lock that. Now I can highlight this. I can find my start point here. Boom, boom. And instead of drawing straight lines, I can draw, again, curved lines. So I'm going to left click. Look how awesome. I want to show you the difference of being able to draw a straight line to a curved line. Watch this. Let's bring this over here. Here is highlight, click, click, right click. Can everybody see kind of how choppy that is? So when I add stones to it, it's going to be choppy like that. Okay? So what we can do here is highlight and click, click, and watch. When I left click, it's telling it to draw the curves. So how many of you, can you see a big difference between that and this? See how big of a difference that is as far as the perfection of the curve? So obviously it's going to make your C look a whole lot better. Okay? So what we can do now is, let's say we highlight this and we're going to draw our perfect curve, and then we're going to add stones to it. So add. And this can be a little bit of a process as far as just adding right here. So add, clear paths. Now what we can do is we can say, okay, we want this inside. So we know it's not going to, we know we can't make it go like perfect to the inside right there and then perfect to the inside again. Just, it's really hard to do, can't really be done. So what you want to do is you want to click here, and then you're going to start the next one. And so you can go click, 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 and go all the way around and do the respace again, and then form the inside of the C. So what do you think? Does that seem like it's pretty cool right there to be able to do something like that, to form a C? Pretty awesome to do something like that. And then eventually you'll get to where you have 3 rows for a nice perfect C right there. Okay? Well, I said it was almost impossible, but it's not really impossible at all. Watch this. I was teasing you a little bit. B-spline tool. I'm going to go click, 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 click. I'm just drawing the outline of the C. See that? Drew the outline of the C. Now I just walked you through the process. Well, watch what happens with our offset fill tool. I'm going to go 3 islands to the outside, add stones. I don't want to contour spacing there at all. And see, I don't even know what this one does, but let's see. See, that's going to add perfect to the inside right there. So see those contour lines? So what you could do if you wanted to is when you come back, add stones to path, and it's going to add them like that. Or what you could also do is, watch this. We're going to, let's see, unlock here. I'm going to grab my C down here. And let's get rid of these old guys here. And, oh, actually I can bring that back to you there. So, boom, to there, to here, and there. See how it's forming again a perfect inline there? So it's going to form a perfect inline along the inside right there. But the problem is, see this right here? Well, watch this. So I'm going to redraw my line with my B-spline tool here real quick. And just a couple clicks, click, click, and click. And if we go like this and do it, wow, check that out. Let's go back. I can fit 3 rows in there. As long as you have your add for stones, click on it, offset. See that perfect C? So I was going through all that clicking before, but we've taught Corel Draw in the TRW Stone Wizard to not only do the islands on your perfect circles or hearts or anything else, but your open-ended lines as well, so it can create something like that. So for example, I have this S here. I can go B-spline tool and click, 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 click. Got a couple clicks at the start because you're making your actual S here that you're going to do one time. Got my S there. I'm going to go 2 on this one, offset, and let me move that black out of the way so you can see it. Perfect S, the exact same as what that was. So how awesome is that? I just made a perfect C right there with 1 click. All right, so that is our offset fill option. And we have some different options with that, but you can change it to whatever you want. So if you want more spacing, less spacing, SS6s, SS10s, and I'm going to show you some of that over here. So a while ago, long time ago, we created a video that showed you how to create a scatter effect. Remember we did the heart a long time ago, and I know a lot of people are using it now, and we created the video using Corel Draw and showing you exactly how to do it step by step in Corel Draw. So pretty cool. And what we can do now with the TRW Stone Wizard version 2.0, the smart one, the newer, older one, is we made that a whole lot easier for you. So for example, this design right here, we want to add a pretty cool frilly effect to it. We might want to go 12 islands and our effects right here, another brand new feature, don't know of it anywhere else. Decrease count by, I don't know, let's decrease it by 10 stones per line, and we're going to fade it by 0.02. Okay? Let's go over here, and we're going to do an island fill to the outside, and look at that, 1 click, done. How sweet is that? But the coolest part about it is anytime you switch those numbers around, it's going to change the entire look of the design. So let's say, for example, we went 12 and we decrease it now only by, I don't know, 3 stones. So if we decreased it only by 3 and click an island fill, see how it just fades it out, kind of like an explosion effect? Hey, let's say now we want to only decrease it by 6 stones. Well, why not? We can sit here with a customer and show them every different look they want to see exactly what it's going to look like. So pretty awesome there. And then watch, if we decrease it by too much, so let's say we decrease it by 15 and we do an island fill. Check that out. Once it gets to where the last row doesn't have 15 stones, it creates a full row for you just to give you another. It's just basically another cool look. Check that out. You could have a team name, you could have something in there. Pretty awesome, but to do it in a second, in a click. Well, of course, we don't want you to be able to just do it with circles and ovals. So we got a star here that we can do it with too. So we got a star here. Let's go, I don't know, 10 islands to the outside of the star, and let's see what happens if we decrease it by 5. Decrease it by 5, outside, island fill. Check out that cool faded explosion star effect. Let me get rid of the path so it looks better. Isn't that a pretty cool looking design? That's pretty freaking sweet. So I can grab this again and watch. If I decrease it by more now, let's decrease by 10 and see what that does. Boom, 0.02. Let's stay with 10 islands. Island fill, and you'll see when we clear our paths here, that's a completely different look than this one. See how this one has more of the frilly effect, this one has more of the straight lines? So, I mean, you can play with this all day long. Just find different combinations. When you find one that's really cool, you just write it down. Okay, 10 islands decreased by 7 and I get this. But you can sit there and do it right in front of your customers the entire time. Okay? Another very cool one, watch this. This is pretty awesome. It's using our offset again. So using our offset, we're going to go 8 islands, and we're going to add stones. We're going to go decrease by 5 and 0.02 fade. The fade is how much it fades your lines out as you go. And we're going to go to the outside and offset fill. Check out that. And you can get obviously a lot more creative. Looks kind of like a crown or a tiara. But pretty sweet how that does that, isn't it? I mean, you can draw a straight line, a curved line, anything you want. Use our offset fill with the scatter effects and anything you want. Yes, Jennifer asked if you could do a paw. Any type of design. Like, let's say, Jennifer, for example, this heart is a paw design. Basically the same thing. Let's go 10 islands. Let's decrease by 10 and island fill, and there you go. Pretty sweet looking heart right there. Hey, another awesome feature. Watch this. So we go to magic vinyl. Let's say we wanted to use cherry glitter vinyl in there. So we got a multi-deck design, right? Well, hey, with this multi-deck design, I just made it for the mom, and it's 9 inches by 10 inches. But her daughter that's 13 years old really wants one, and she wears a small shirt. So I need to make this design smaller. Well, again, the wizard's so much smarter now. If I come over here and left click on 6, that's all it took. It'll resize the multi-deck design down to SS6s, perfect for you, and ready to go ahead and color separate it and cut. Oh, I want it for SS16s? No problem. There you go. Let's go back to SS10s. No problem. There you go. Pretty sweet, huh? All right. I could play with the fills all day. I was playing with them all night last night, but let's move on to page number 6 here. All right, page 6, softball design, volleyball design. Up here we have our target. So we can target different things that we want to find. So let's say, for example, we have 2 designs here, and you want to find all of the citrine stones. Obviously, you click here, you click on find same color, it's going to select all of the citrine. Well, we don't want that. We want that to stay softball. We want this baseball. I only want to find the citrine stones right here. Okay, no problem. Just click on one of your citrine stones, come over here, and remember, colors to the right. So right click and see at the bottom it says citrine. So where do I want to find citrine stones? I want to find them right here. Come over here, find color. There you go. It ignored all those because you told the program, I only want to find them right here. I don't want to look over there. So now you can be very selective as far as what you're looking for. And then you can easily change the size of this or the color because they wanted it green, not yellow. Pretty sweet? Well, you can do more than that. Let's say, for example, you wanted to find all of the, let's change this right here to SS16s. And I know they're going to be overlapping, but I just want to show you. I'm just going to throw them right on top of each other. Big jumbled mess right here, okay? And I'm going to turn some of these greens SS6s. I'm going to turn some of these right here SS10s. So I got stuff and colors and stuff all over the place, right? Well, I want to find all of, in this jumbled mess, I want to find all of the, and hold on, I'll make it even harder. And I have 2 designs. Hopefully I don't crash down Corel. We got about 8,000 objects on this page now. But I want to find all of the SS6 new green. So if I come over to my magic target, first thing I want to do is I want to clear out the old one. So I just hold shift to clear it out. Now I want to find all of, again, I don't know of a program that can do this, because I want to find all of a couple different colors at the same time by selection. So SS6 green, I'm going to come over here, I'm going to shift click. So at the bottom it says SS6 S&S green with no commas. That means that's what it's going to look for. Not only SS6s, not only greens, but SS6 green. But I also wanted to find all of my, click on that right there, come over, shift click, all of my SS16 copper, okay? So when I highlight this design right here, and I hover over select same size and color, at the bottom it turns orange and it says, hey Matt, when I do this selection right here, I'm going to look for all of the SS6 S&S green and all the SS16 copper in what you have selected, okay? And then I'm going to say, okay, Mr. Wizard. I'm going to click there, and that's what it found. All of the SS6 green, all the SS16 copper, left everything else, didn't bother any of these SS6 green or SS16 coppers. So pretty awesome, isn't it? So let's say, for example, you were working on 2 designs. You wanted to change all those colors to amethyst. Done. We got our quick clicks over here. All done. So pretty sweet. Everybody think they'll be able to use something like this as far as finding exactly what you want. You can have 8 different designs pulled up if you want and see everything that you want on your workspace and pull out individual circles, color change, everything else. All right? So now what I need to do, let's see if it'll let me go back far enough from my jumbled mess here. Okay, so now what I want to do is I have this design here. I had a couple people asking about the design prep. Well, let's play with Mr. Design Prep here. Design Prep, okay? Design Prep, got a big screen here, got my design right here. Highlight my design. I got someone that's in my store right now or online or wherever, and they want to see this design, but they don't like the colors. No problem. Highlight my design, process by color. Click it one time, it selected all of this black color, which are my kind of outline of the volleyball. Okay, what color do you want that? Well, I want that to be crystal. Okay, done. Process by color again, it'll move to your next color in your design that you have selected. So I want that to be, I don't know, I want that pink. No, I don't. I want it yellow. Wait, I want it pink. No, okay, pink. We know that most of our customers can't make up their mind their first time, so we can change it wherever they want. No problem. You want green? Are you sure you don't want yellow? Let's go back to pink. Okay, you want pink? Let's go to the next color. Laces. I want to keep my laces red. I like red laces. Come back to the next color. Okay, you know what? I want that baseball to be blue because our team colors are blue. Or I want it to be blue zircon. Blue zircon, good. Okay, perfect. So once you're done, it says design process by color complete. We can go to quick proof. If we want to, we can add a background. We can add a watermark, which is whatever watermark you have saved in your mockups. And then we can simulate stones. Well, what I also want to show you real quick though is, remember that new color we made when we first started and I said the stone simulation will make it that color? I'm going to do that for you just so you can see. Remember this S&S green, this weird looking green? I'm going to show you our stone simulation here. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to add a background, a watermark, and simulate stones. And let's go ahead and add it. There you go. See that weird green color we made? See those stone simulations? They're the exact color that you made. Whatever RGB color you decided you wanted it to be, because we want you to be in control, it will make it whatever color you want. It doesn't matter. Any color in the world you can create with an RGB color, and that means you can make any color rhinestone in the world you want. It doesn't mean we'll be able to sell you that rhinestone, so don't get too crazy, but for your mock-ups you can say, man, I really don't like the way that Matt has his green right there. Well, no problem. I'm allowing you to change it to whatever color green you want and rename it. So you can call it, this is my cool green. So there we go. There's our mock-ups. And that's something that's very, very, very cool. And again, we wanted to put stuff out there that you aren't finding in other programs and that allow you to customize your workflow. All of us are different. All of us work different. So we want you to be able to make your workspace to work with your workflow. So you might have another person that does designs with you, does something different, and they can change their buttons here. They can change their colors here. They can change their stone sizes here, or what color palette they want here. Anything they want, they can change all that around. Oh, and I forgot to show you. This right here, it also creates a second page. So if I want to go back to the original, there it is. So it doesn't mess up your original at all. And pretty sweet. Who likes being able to create their own rhinestone colors and be able to show it in a stone simulation for your customers? Isn't that pretty freaking awesome? All right, one more thing. I know we're already overboard, so I apologize for that. But honestly, I could sit here for 24 hours and run over stuff. And this is fun to me, so hopefully it's fun to you guys. It looks like we don't have any... Oh, we have one person that left, but it looks like one person jumped in and filled their spot, so that's good. All right, so now we have a font here that we created. So with this font that we created here, we want to use sticky flock boxes. Well, I don't want to draw a box around every single letter. So what am I going to do? That would take forever. Box, line it up, make sure it's good. Box, line it up, make sure it's good. It would take forever to do that. Well, that's where Mr. Magic Weed comes in, but Magic Weed can do a couple different things. So I'm going to show you a couple of the different things it can do. First thing it can do is anytime you're using the Magic Weed, you want to make sure that if you do create a font to be able to cut into a sticky flock font, you want to make sure to use your grid lines here and make sure that your height is always the same. So make sure it kind of lays out all along this line. Does that make sense? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is first thing I want to do is I want to create these into boxes, okay? And I know there's a couple different programs that do create into boxes for you, but again, what we did with the wizard is we made it smarter. It's older. It's old, but it's lightning fast. So I'm going to show you how fast something like this and how easy it is. And we also have Magic Weed features that other programs don't have. So highlight here. First thing I want to do with this is I want to group my letters. So I click group letters, and instead of hitting Control G on every single letter and going through them, it's already done. See your A right here? It's already done. Okay. Now, why did Matt make it a rainbow effect? Of course, Matt made it a rainbow effect because the way that the program does it is sometimes there'll be stones that are too far apart. So I wanted you to know that. I don't want you to guess on which ones are too far apart. I want you to say, hey, blue, black, too far apart, those aren't grouped. No problem. Highlight, and you can either click here for group. I like to use shortcuts. I always have my left hand on the keyboard. So I like to use shortcuts. So I highlight and then Control G. Highlight, Control G. Come over here. There's only, I think, 4 that you need to do. Highlight, Control G, highlight, Control G. Okay, all done. So now, hey, there's not boxes around that. Well, there's not because we had to create the groups first. So highlight it all. Now, if I wanted to create boxes, let's say I want the top margin of the box to be 0.2, the side margins to be real tight, so 0.05, and then a 0.125 gutter. Now, if I click Weed Box, if I wait here for, oh, sorry, oh, my bad, it's already done. Yep, it's done. There's your sticky flock boxes, all done, ready to go for you. How cool is that? Pretty sweet. So any font that you create, you can create it into sticky flock boxes and have it all done and ready for you, and now you can reuse this font with your sticky flock over and over and over and over and over for 1,000 different transfers. Why create a template that you're not going to be able to reuse and you put on a backer board or anything like that if you can just do this? So what you can also do is in your material settings, you can say I'm using 12-inch sticky flock and I have 20 inches wide or in height, so it'll arrange it to be able to, as soon as you click it, it'll arrange it so it's going to fit your material. I don't even want you spending time arranging it all. We're going to do that for you. So you can say, hey, I'm working with 18-inch sticky flock and it's 3 feet long. You can put that in there and say, arrange it for me. I don't feel like doing it, and it'll do it for you. Okay? So anybody like that? Everybody like that feature? Pretty cool. Well, another cool feature like this. So we had a guest come by, Barrett, who I know a lot of you know, and very, very nice. She came by the TRW warehouse yesterday, and she has Rhinestone True Type fonts as well. I know a lot of the Rhinestone True Type fonts she's had before. She didn't have sticky flock boxes around. So I know a lot of you own some of her True Type fonts as well. Well, pretty cool. We were showing her this feature yesterday that's pretty awesome. So watch this. If I want to go to a font and I type in TRW and TRW 301, it's a Rhinestone font. So let's act like this is a font that doesn't have, and it doesn't because it's the RF, the Rhinestone font. It's not the SF. The SF has the boxes. This is an RF font. So bear in mind, this font, when I do this, did not have boxes and didn't even know what a box was before I do this, okay? So this is not a font that has a box, and I'm going to show you. So I type this out, baseball, enlarge here. Let's go to the font and click. You can see when I type this font, it does not have sticky flock boxes around it, okay? Everybody believe me? Because you're going to be amazed when you see this. That's why I want to make sure that you see that. So I'm going to go to the TRW Stone Wizard, and let's say I have a Rhinestone True Type font that you purchased from somewhere else, and it doesn't have sticky flock boxes on it. Well, I want sticky flock boxes on it because I don't want to waste material. Well, watch this. I'm going to choose upper and lower, and I'm going to choose 0.2, 0.05, 0.125, and I'm going to go ahead and I want to say, Mr. Wizard, I would like you to create that font that I was just looking at into sticky flock boxes. Will you please do that for me? And normally if you ask him please, he does it like that fast. So pretty cool right there. This, remember, this did not have boxes around it before. This was just a regular Rhinestone True Type font with no sticky flock boxes. So we just create, so any sticky flock boxes I know, Lisa, I'll show you again. I know it was so quick. Some of you might have blinked and it was done. So I'm going to show you again here. So watch. Let's say we wanted the upper and lower case of this font. So whatever font I select, this font right here, okay? I'll show you the other one just to show. This is just an uppercase font, but I'll show you this one. Watch. Just so you don't think 301's a tricky font that we did. So we did a different font. I'm going to do all upper and all lower, whatever you want. So I'll do upper lower because it's going to know what we're going to do. And if I say go here and create, watch. I create this font selected does not have lowercase letters. Okay? Hey, the wizard just said, hey Matt, you're a dum-dum. Why are you trying to create sticky flock boxes for something that doesn't have lowercase letters? So that means I want to go all upper and create, please. Oh, I said please before it was done. Look. And there you go. There's all your uppercase, perfect sticky flock boxes ready to go. Ready to go ahead and send to your cutter. What do you think? Gonna save you some time? Now, you got a font and your dog hair, you have a dog or a cat and there's hair all over a couple of the letters, and you're like, man, I don't want to cut this whole font out. I don't want to, man, I really don't want to arrange these all around and cut just an A, E, and R, O, P. Well, no problem. That's what the wizard's for. Let's just say I want a, it's all caps, so I want a R, a T, a W, a E, a O, a I, a U, a H, 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 H. Okay? That's all I want are those letters. Create. It's done. Already done. It's going to cut out just those letters that you typed in. Let's say, hey, someone came in and I haven't cut out this whole alphabet yet, but I don't want to do their last name. I don't want to cut out the whole alphabet yet, but I also don't want to do their last name on a regular template. So I come into your store and I say, hey, I want Vassallo. Well, Vassallo, create, and there it is, Vassallo. So now you have the sticky flock letters that you can use at a later date, and you can add them to your alphabet, have extra letters. Why create a single template if you can reuse all these letters for thousands of templates and designs? And this can do 2-color fonts as well. So what do you think, crew? Pretty sweet, pretty awesome. I did have one question, and I did forget to show you one thing here. One thing is, I'm going to go here and I'm going to type, this was a problem we had with the old wizard, and I'm going to show you how it is fixed. So I got baseball here, and someone asked, okay, you have a sticky flock version, so this one is all upper, right? So baseball. You know how I always have to I always have to go and I have to say, hey, if you're using sticky flock boxes with a TRU true type font, make sure to type in point size number 263. Or SS6, make sure to type in point size number 134. And you'll have to go back to the website and say, what size did Matt say it was for SS6s again, or SS10s, or whatever it was? Well, what we can do now is we can say, hey, I just typed out this true type font, the full alphabet, whatever it is, and I want that to be able to cut perfectly for, and I'll turn it to wireframe so you can see here. What used to happen is when you would change it, it would see the box and change the box into a circle too. Well, that's not going to do you any good. So we can highlight this design right here. I'm going to go to wireframe so you can see it. And I say, I want this one that I just typed out. I know it's not the right size now, but I want it for SS10s. Would you like to respace to 0.13 inches? Well, yes, I would, Mr. Wizard. And it's done. Do you want to change it to 6s? No problem. It's done. Do you want to change it to 16s? Of course I do. Now see how it changed that? Because I didn't select. See how it left that square behind? I'm going to redo that to show you. It left that square right there behind because I didn't have it selected. I only selected from there. Now it hit it perfect. So, pretty awesome, isn't it? Pretty awesome. So, I mean, that is a lot of the new features. We are going to have some different things as well to where we're going to get a lot more in depth with all of the different features, but I know I'm already 20 minutes over again, so sorry about that. But I do have, before you leave, I do want to show you our specials at all. Now, what our specials are going to do is the TRU Stone Wizard version 2, like I said before, is only for X5 and X6 because of some of the new features and how quick it is. X4 could not handle it, so it is for X5 and X6. Any of you that have X4, we are going to sell the upgrade as well. We sell the Corel Draw upgrade, so we'll have that available as well. But check out the pack here. So the TRU Stone Wizard version 2.0, if you already have 1.14, the upgrade is going to be $70. Now, we are starting pre-sale on it right after this. We're going to list them on the website. So basically, if you purchase it during the pre-sale, you're going to purchase it on the website, and it is going to be, as soon as you purchase it, you'll go to your order history as soon as we say it is released and ready to go. And what it's going to do is it's going to say, we'll send out an email, say, hey, the wizard's ready to download. Go grab it. You just go into your order history. There'll be a new link there to download it and update, or if you're buying a full version. But you guys are so awesome to us all the time, and we love the TRW crew. All of you that are following us, that come to our webinars, that are on top of it, that are part of the TRW crew already, we want to take care of you. So what we're doing, only if you purchase it. Now remember, it's only if you purchase it during the pre-sale. So the pre-sale is going to go on through probably Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. We're hoping we will have everything completely done. Like I said, it's all based off on how many of these videos I can get done and how quickly I can get them all done. But as soon as I get all those done, we are going to get it coded up and ready to go. And anybody that purchase it before we actually release it, which will be next week, will get this. This right here is our brand new TRW 1001 4-pack Rhinestone font. This is going to sell on the website for $65. So as soon as the pre-sales are over, this font pack will be available on the website for $65. If you purchase the TRW Stone Wizard during the pre-sale, you get it free. So you do the math. If you get this free, a $65 value, you're paying $5 for all of these features that we just showed you today if you already own the 1.14. If you don't own the 1.14, the price of the Wizard is $279.99 because it went up $70 from the $209.99. Well, you get this 4-pack as well. So basically, you're paying $5 more than the 1.14. Just like everybody else, you get the cool deal too. And this is an awesome font. What it is, it's the same layout, uppercase, lowercase, and symbols, but it's a 1-inch, a 1.5 inch, a 2-inch, and a 2.6 inch. So it's going to fulfill all of your needs. So pretty awesome. You guys think that's pretty fair as far as you getting $65 worth of fonts that I know nobody out there has any of these fonts yet because we haven't sold them yet. I just created them last weekend. So it's not any duplicate fonts that you have. You're getting $65 worth of fonts and all of these features that we showed you here today with the TRW Stone Wizard version 2.0. So pretty awesome. I mean, like I always say, I like to take care of you guys. You guys do a lot for us. We are the Rhinestone world because of you guys and everything that you do. And we appreciate everything that you do. We appreciate, and by the way, everybody that's here, if you could please go to the Facebook page right after we're done here. Post on the Facebook page and let everybody else know what you think. Because both of our sessions filled up, we could only have 200 people here, 100 in each session. We actually had close to 500 plus people sign up for the webinars today. So those of you that are in here got lucky, you got in early enough. We're going to work on upgrading that webinar to get more people in here. But please, if you can, go to our Facebook page and let people know what you think of the upgrades. Let everybody else know. And we're going to work on trying getting a couple more. We're leaving for Arlington next week. So any of you Texans out there, we're going to be in Arlington, Texas next week for the MBM show. Right after that, we're going to be in Atlantic City, New Jersey for the ISS show. So any of you that are going to be there, you guys better have your TRW crew shirts on. We got some presents for you at the booth too. And we ship you the actual transfer for free. So if you have questions about that, give us a call. We ship it with an order that requires shipping, but you get the transfer for free. Sorry about that. But guys, we're going to list this stuff on the website now. I want to ask any questions. Anybody that has any kind of basic questions as far as what's going on with it. But I'm always going to be upfront with you guys. I'm always going to tell you the truth. If for some reason something crazy goes on with the coding and I don't get it out to you by Sunday of next week, you know me. You know I'm going to hook you up with something pretty darn good if I don't fulfill my end of the bargain. So definitely, I see a lot of people posting on here. We're going to be at the DAC show in Minneapolis. Yep, that one's at the end of this month. We're going to be there too. A lot of you are already saying the ISS show, the MBM show. Come by and see us. We're going to have some fun. We have awesome time at the shows. We're not there's a ton of great booths there. There's a ton of great businesses there, but we like to have fun. We like to have fun with our customers. you're not gonna see us there in ties and suits. You're gonna see us there with rhinestones on, and you're gonna see us playing around and having fun with you guys and taking pictures and doing videos and just having a good time, because we wouldn't want to do this if it wasn't fun either. So we want you guys to have fun while we're having fun as well. But I see a lot of you just saying thanks for the webinar, and a lot of you are making your shirts today. What did everybody think? Everybody liked the new features in the 2.0? Believe me, there's more features. I didn't go through all of them, but I wanted to show you a lot of the main stuff. But everybody like them? Looked like it's going to be worth the $5 upgrade if you get it during the pre-sale. But even the $70 upgrade, pretty awesome, huh? Well, thank you all for coming. Thank Aaron. Aaron was here answering questions throughout. But I just want to thank all of you for everything you guys do for us again. Please head over to the Facebook page real quick. Just post a quick comment on there. Let everybody know what you're thinking, and let everybody know what you think's going on, with what you thought of the 2.0 and the upgrade. And we didn't tell anybody before, but you can let them know about the $65 in true type fonts that they're going to get. So it's a $5 upgrade. We'll post that on there as well. But we appreciate all of you guys coming today. Sorry for the little bit of technical difficulties at the beginning there. We're going to get with GoToWebinar, try and work out some of these and make it so more of the crew can come. There's so many of you now. We want to get everybody in here, get everybody learning. Hopefully we can help all of you out. So this is Matt with the rhinestoneworld.com. We got Aaron over here. Aaron, say hi.
Hey.
There's Aaron with the Rhinestone World. But again, we appreciate you guys coming. We're going to have many more of these webinars soon. We'll be posting them. We'll have actually a webinar schedule once we get done with these 2 shows coming up. But we appreciate you guys. And this is Matt with the rhinestoneworld.com. You guys all have a great day.